America, it's your boys.
What's up, guys?
What's up? We got the Gen 3, we got the Raptor R in the shop today because we broke some stuff.
He broke some stuff.
I broke some stuff.
Well, we both scratched the crap out of the truck yesterday.
Yeah.
Trucks, both of them.
Roasted them. So today, we're going to install the
skid plate.
Skid plate.
Show them. Rear diff skid.
Rear diff skid, because you were basically freeballing it yesterday.
Well, yeah, Oh, nice. It's pre-scraped. That's awesome.
Oh. Send it back. And then the last thing we're gonna do is fix my housing for my onboard computer.
Yeah, apparently it is jiggled clear out here and
it had broken, I don't know how.
It's from that big giant jump.
Yeah.
When I owned this truck, I never jumped it because I was just coming off of, the last time I drove my gray Gen 2 is when I broke my back. So the whole time I had this one, I was kind of just nursing my back together and I never did jump it. So that was...
Dude, the Gen 2 took all the beating.
Took all the beating.
Yeah.
It had broken frame spring buckets, coil buckets. It had cracks here and there, but we fixed it up and people that bought it ended up with it. Are in Colorado and still driving it hard.
Yeah, because I remember we roasted your tailgate one time. You roasted your side doors a couple times.
I slid a high-speed slide off into a cattle guard. Wiped out the whole right side of the truck.
Did you ever break any glass?
Yeah, broke the window. The video shows that.
Oh yeah, that's right. You broke the glass. A couple bullet holes in it from our time in Mexico. Just kidding. We love you, Mexico. But some of your neighborhoods are kind of sketch. We are excited though, because we're going to be going to Baja later this year with John.
And John, when he hears this, is going to go, yeah, sure. You did.
Yeah.
All right. As any wimpy old man would do, I'm going to put gloves on because baby's kid. I used to have my hands from the years and years of wrenching. My hands were like leather, and when I washed them, they still look dirty.
So when he'd come home and beat us kids,
it left greasy
when he wring our necks, he's like, "Whoa, those are rough hands." It's from working all day.
Yeah, it wasn't bruises; it was just grease.
So we'd have grease marks around our necks.
All right, I got to put my goofy headlight on. Sorry, that's another thing. I don't know.
It's the Bing Bong. Here's the thing: it's all. Wait, that's not even a snap-on.
No, it's the
garbage.
Well, this is the brand
right.
Snap-on cells.
But are your gloves snap-on? Okay, we're good.
Yeah,
we're safe.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah. So that's what busted.
These two plastic clips, which come only with this new bracket.
Yeah, you have to buy the entire new thing.
Buy these clips.
And I was just thinking, I'll just 3D print that part. No, it's about $100 in parts just for this little rehouse.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there, just floating. Man, it sure is dirty in here. I need to give her a little wash.
Give it some love.
Give some love. And this is what you sent into Goose.
Yeah, I had to send this. Had to send the PCM into Cobb to have them unlock it. That's probably when I didn't get it back. Yeah, I don't know. It could have been all the jump. So this is the whole brains.
That's the brains. Brain surgery we're doing right now. This is what you really need to do as someone who grew up in the 90s. This is a very simple fix. You take the cartridge,
plug it back in,
put it back into the Nintendo 64. You're good, dude. 007 GoldenEye, that's all you have to do. Just one good boom. It's the entire piece here. All right, here's what we got.
This is a broken one, and I need this clip.
All right, slide in that new one. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah.
It also has little grippers that grip onto the thread, so I can slide it onto the assembly line and not have it fall off. So the next guy's gonna put the bolts on.
Little zip zap. Nice.
Ready to go back in?
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
And the new bezel.
New bezel. Ooh, it's nice to have your brain in place. It's not bouncing around in there while you're going off road.
Yeah, you jumped and it jostled your brain loose. I like these connectors because they have a lever that you actually pull and it sucks them in and locks them in.
Yeah, that feels good.
And then push it in, it pulls it down.
That ain't going nowhere.
That ain't going nowhere.
She's good to go, dude. Now we gotta go test that same jump again.
This Christmas tree broke.
Toast.
I'll get a new one, but it just holds the thing right there.
I got some duct tape.
Those guys are the worst. They don't know how to fix anything. So we were gonna replace his serpentine belt because it's squeaky from all the dirt.
Oh yeah, but it's a special order because it's a dual
This one truck has the Pro Power on board, so it has 2 alternators.
Which I need to fix my Pro Power on board because that's still cooked.
Everybody, you get in the Raptor groups, everybody has the fault. As soon as it gets moisture, it throws a ground fault. So just plan on it not working if you're driving in the rain. It's so stupid.
Yeah, that'll be a different episode, but the brains, the cartridge, the Nintendo 64 has been replaced.
Yep.
Brains back in place.
Look at the gap.
I know.
That jump gave me
more of a pronounced
some
gap
different
after that jump. Yeah. Okay. Oil change and slapping on the diff cover.
You give it the shake to see if it's gonna fall.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my pretty diff cover got muddy.
Got dirty. Because we were dragging it all up the mountainside. I do like the orange, matches the Swarfworks.
U-bolts are always just a little bit
pain.
Spread out. The holes here are not the same distance as that, which I expect. You know, these can vary a little bit, but to have the holes here not even accommodate, I get that. This side fits, but
no problem.
There's just been a handful of things.
Just a few
with these
things,
guys.
people.
When you buy something from a company, you have to freaking
You have to refabricate it for them.
Redo the holes, move the holes, make them bigger. It's not just this. It's 3 or 4 other products from this company.
Put your guess at who this is down below, and we'll see who's right. And it's not an Amazon company.
Ready?
Let's go slap her on.
That's good. Let me get this piece on. Ah, see? See?
Does that not fit?
This is my point. Neither fetching bolt hole lines up.
What's that about?
Yeah, look at, I can't show you with it in there, but that's how far the hole's off. And the curve in the bottom of it doesn't even match the curve in the bottom of the diff. I think the skid plate's ready to go on. Only a few mods. We had to make all 4 holes bigger for the U-bolts to fit through. And then we had to modify all 4 of the front mount bolts. And then we had to modify the housing here and the housing here to get it to fit up against the diff. So the fitment on this is like whoosh, rolling the dice.
This is the equivalent of buying something from Temu.
It's supposed to fit any of this year make and model of Raptor and F-150. So now let's see.
Does it not fit?
It doesn't fit. That should be notched for that bracket. So I think if I notch that, it'll be good. So got to take it off one more time. Got to trim a little bit more off. So if you take the holes from 3/8 to 3/4, they work.
This is NASA level work right here.
I'm gonna cut these off later. I mean, that's a lot of extra jagged bolts hanging down below. So we're gonna finish the oil change and get the heck out of here.
Sweet. Oil change. Motor oil.
This is for the oil filter. And the reason I'm doing this one by hand is because the little J nuts that hold this die a miserable death when you use an impact. Oh,
don't drop your nuts, eh? Grab the old filter tool.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny how I only turn them in by hand, but I can never take them out by hand.
Yeah.
That's darker than I like to see. The EcoBoost only required a synthetic blend from the factory. Even though I used the full synthetic, I used the what we had in our bulk, which was Kendall. This one, I'm trying the AMSOIL. It's expensive. We'll see how long I can keep it up, but I know AMSOIL is some of the best synthetic oil on the planet. And so I'm trying it, see how it goes.
And that's the filter you're using?
Yep.
AMSOIL.
The filter is just a Motorcraft OEM. This is gonna melt some brains too. I'm putting the filter in without pre-filling it.
Oh, and you're not even doing a little bit of a lube in the...
I lubed the gasket.
Oh, okay.
Verified that the gasket was still on there, not stuck on the engine. So I lubed the gasket. But that's another big war that's out there online, is whether you should pre-fill the filter or not. And you don't need to pre-fill the filter. Okay, filter's done.
Filter's done. Let out the oil. Ooh, that's the whip, the oil whip. See how little of it you can get on your hand as you whip it out. Pretty dirty. Are you at 5 or 7,000 miles?
5. And this one has 11.5 quarts.
11.5 quarts?
You go to the dealer on an R, and I think it's a $200 to $250 oil change.
While this is draining.
I forgot to show a little mod I did. Don't read the label, it says not for street use. These two are line locks.
Line locks?
Yeah. So I can flip a switch and I can push on the pedal and it won't put brake pressure to the rear. So it just puts brake pressure to the front. So basically it eliminates the rear brakes from the
So you're not fighting your brakes while you're trying to burn out?
Yeah, everybody that's seen a Raptor or even videos of the Raptor R doing burnouts, the rear brake rotors will just start glowing. Because the truck's like, oh, trying to save something.
Yeah.
So these will eliminate that.
You threw those on.
That's cool. Haven't wired them up, haven't used them yet, and wait until we do the Whipple for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, man. Except for I feel like we're waiting in a lobby of eternity, waiting for them to come. It's almost there.
It is supposed to be en route as we speak. So we will probably get it in 3 days. Yeah. This truck takes 1 barrel of oil.
SAE 5W50.
It's easy to keep track on a 11.5 quart fill. You just grab a whole case of oil. So remember, you got half a quart left over. Except for Mobile One, they call a case 6 quarts. So if you're calling and asking for a case, you have to clarify. How many quarts, because Mobile One says our case is 6 quarts.
They're like the when America did the imperial system, where like
everybody
how about
got
feet instead of millimeters and meters.
Everybody got shortened just a little bit, right? This is the last half a quart. We're going to see just how close I come to being towards the upper end of on the stick, yeah. Okay, here's a trick for wanting to start your truck with the hood open. Since I don't have my key fob.
Obviously, it could be super easy because I'm here and I could just hop in for him. But if you're ever working alone,
slide it off.
Grab that dipstick.
Give it a good yank.
Give it a good. Give it a wipe down. Dip potato chip.
Dip potato chip.
Oh, it's right at the top.
Oh, right at the top.
It's right at the top, so perfect. So that means it's closer to a quart or 11 would probably do it. Now to reset that hood latch, you just pop the hood.
Reset it by opening it on the inside. Thunk. Boom. And you're good to go.
So I gotta say something real quick. Ashton did the nicest thing. He was cleaning the inside of his truck yesterday, and his little girls came out and they wanted to help. And so he had them put tire shine on.
So this is what they did. This is, they sprayed it concentrated right here, just and took a little napkin and wiped it down.
That's why there's tire shine on the tire with mud on the wheel. I love it.
Driving Raptors is fun, fixing the vehicles is fun, but what it's really about is God, family, and country. We had a good time today. We hope to see you guys in the next one. Sterling's Wild West.